Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, once again. It is I, the Marvelous Iggy, bringing you a brand new Let's Play series. This time, yes, it is the... I've talked about this before, but it's time for Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition. I've been wanting to play this game for a while. This has become one of my favorite games of recent memory. I love this game because of its ties to professional wrestling, rather lucha libre, but still wrestling. Excuse me. Wrestling, Mexican culture, and of course, Metroid. Obviously, with Nintendo deciding to not to celebrate Samus Aran's 30th anniversary with Metroid Prime Federation Force, I decided to combine my love of Metroid with wrestling into one video game, and that is Guacamelee Super Turbo Champion Edition. You can get this game on PS4, PS3, Xbox One, Xbox 360, Steam, and of course the version I'll be playing is the Wii U version. Okay, so you can get this game virtually anywhere. Go play. You can get it on your toaster. Go play. It's super fun if you're into Metroid, or if you've never even played a Metroid game. I think you'll like it. Basically, this series is going to be my excuse to talk about my love of professional wrestling, whether it be lucha libre, classic wrestling. Well, I'm not really a fan of amateur wrestling. I haven't really gotten into it, but professional wrestling, definitely the lucha libre style, and sort of my thoughts on the current wrestling. So if you don't want to hear about wrestling, I think this is not be the series for you. But I'll also be talking about Metroid. You know, my thoughts on Metroid, my thoughts of AMR2, another Metroid 2 remake that was recently taken down. Basically, it sort of runs the gamut of some of my interests. And this is Guacamelee Super Turbo Champion Edition, as the title screen says. This is basically the Game of the Year edition. There was a vanilla version. This is basically incorporating all the DLC that was released for Guacamelee into one package. Just the version I bought. So, without further ado, that is my first playthrough. So let us go there. It's not a long game. It is not a long game. Once again, just to note everybody, this is not a 100% playthrough. So let's begin the game, shall we? One. Are you home, one? Wake up, one. So basically, your basics, B is your jump, and automatically you get a very distinct visual style from this game. Look at the posters. Look at some of those posters. You can tell this is his altar. He has a wrestling ring right over here. Very nice workout bench. Obviously tequila. You're finally awake. Noon is upon us. The sun is at its zenith. No time to sleep the day away. The Dia de los Muertos festival is nigh. Basically, if you don't know what Dia de los Muertos is, it's the Day of the Dead, which is celebrated November the 1st, the day after Halloween. So basically, you know, celebrating your ancestors. It's weird. And sort of, I don't know how it is in other religions, or like, because I know death is considered very somber, and this is my own personal ignorance coming in right now. But whenever I see, like, sort of like when I go to like other races, sort of funerals, you know, pretty much the funeral is about mourning. It's a time of mourning. It's a time of loss, and it is as it should be. But from, I don't know if I want to say this is definitely a Hispanic thing, where, or definitely at least Spanish Catholic thing, where a funeral or Dia de los Muertos specifically, it's not necessarily there should be mourning that person is no longer with us, but rather it's a celebration of their life. It's the funeral isn't a time for mourning; it's to remember who that person was, remember like their special time that they were here, and that we should be grateful for their time on Earth. And really, to bring up some slight uncomfortable news, when my aunt passed away almost 9 years ago, we had a little party, basically, because we knew like that's how we mourn. We share stories. It's more, death isn't necessarily the end. And in Hispanic culture, it's not seen as like, it's very sad, it's very traumatizing, but it's more seen as a celebration of life, rather like in Mortal Kombat. Like in the Mortal Kombat's not about death; it's a celebration of life. So it's really interesting how, I don't know how other cultures view death. I know death is a very stigmatized thing. Also, I should read this plot. Even El Presidente's daughter has returned from La Universidad de Santa Lucita. Enough gossip. Could you please bust some empty wine barrels over there? By the way, if you haven't figured this out, why is your attack button on the Wii U version? Obviously, it changes per controller, but it's pretty simple. What strength! I knew you had it in you. El Presidente's daughter always said she saw your potential as well. Such a nice girl. And I'm so glad that El Ambassador's son is out of the picture. Him and El Cabinet Minister's wife? What a scandal. I love how all the politicians are just called that. They just have their titles. That's it. It's too funny to me. Alabando de la Roma. Look who appears. Hello, Frey. Juan! Frey asked me to stop by today. I didn't expect you to be here. Juan, you look so... Remember when we were kids? We used to get in so much trouble together? Wow, I feel like so long ago now. You've really... Wink wink. Grown up. What are you looking at, sis? Lady? Lady? What are you looking at? Put it away, please. I don't need to see that. Anyway, Frey, I found these chairs you were asking about. I'll bring them over later. Juan, could you come by the mansion and help me carry them? I'd really like to spend some time with you. Wink wink. I wish the animations had it their own unique winks. If you want, maybe we could even go to the festival together. I should go. Hope to see you later, Juan. Bye, Frey. And there she goes. Hey, Juan, did you hear what she said? Now's your chance. Oh, ho, 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 this is better than watching the telenovelas. By the way, if you don't know what telenovela, it's basically, whoa, how many times do I have to tell these kids not to play with fireworks? What was I saying? Yes, the Presidente's daughter. You should really go see her. Here's the cool thing about playing on the Wii U version. If obviously I can't show you this right now, but if you look at your gamepad is always, unless you're playing second screen mode, is always your map. So you can either do this, press the select button to look at that on your screen, or, I mean, I know I can't really show this, but I'm looking to my left right now and I can see the map in real time, in real action. So that's the benefit of having a gamepad. I'm playing a Wii U Pro controller because I feel more comfortable controlling this game that way. Hey Juan, what's up? Some cheers for the festival? Sure, I'll just... Oh shit! Ay, Dios míos, el Presidente's mansion is on fire. Do something, Juan. What do you want me to do? I'm a fucking slub. I'm just a slub. I'll mention to the Presidente. Oh, we'll get this chest later. We can't get it yet, but we'll get it later. But we have to save the Presidente's daughter. I just love how he just has his shoulders slacking. He doesn't have confidence. Oh, so someone is trying to be a hero. You're far from the fields, a cowboy boy. This is no place for you. Juan, run now before this ugly skeleton gets you too. Ha ha ha! What do we have here? I should have mind melting those eyes off your skull. Guacamelee, it would be my pleasure to get rid of this intruder. You just want to mean things. I could use a bit of action today. Silencio! If Javier Jaguar. That is so tongue. Jesus. I want to say Javier Jaguar. Jaguar Javier. But here, he could be trusted to handle this. Unfortunately, he's occupied. I'll go rid of this puny Himbador instead. The living world may have chosen to forgive me once, but I won't give them a choice this time. I am Carlos Caca, ruler of the dead world. And you're not even a luchador. Prepare to die. By the way, in the vanilla version of this game, the sort of fight title screens right there, which I love as a callback to wrestling cards. Wrestling cards in that this is the card of the show. I'll explain it later. It would basically flash. So if you had epilepsy or seizures, you would be fucked. But I'm glad they basically turned it off for this, and it's not as in your face. So yeah. Also, we're dead. Game's over. Not really. So yeah, we went up. That's our villain, Guacamelee. His machinations are what's going on and what's causing all this. So we have to find out what his deal is and save El Presidente's daughter. All the while getting... We also had to get back to the land of living as well. So, also load screens. Loading, loading, loading. Loading, loading, loading. Obviously we can't go in there, but let's see in here. If you ever see these sort of things, we'll come back to these later. Again, this is not 100% run, but I'm generally going to get after as many things as I possibly can, just because I love exploring in this game. So here we go. Look at this. I don't know what this is. Oh, who are you? Greetings, one. I'm Tostada. Yes, her name is Tostada, guardian of the mask. How interesting that the mask has revealed itself to you. Kalka has thrown the universe at the border. You must have some role to play. If you put this mask on, Juan, its power will bring you back to the world of the living. Are you ready? So yeah, now he's going to become a full-fledged luchador and gain the powers of Lucha Libre. You ever watch that? Everybody remember that? Oh, check this out. With the Spanish guitar in the background too. So epic. Yeah. Here's the cool thing about Lucha Libre. Now, not every Mexican wrestler has masks, but the mask is such an iconic figure, an iconic statement of Lucha Libre. There are some Lucha Libres, wrestlers out there, Mexican wrestlers, who never ever take off their mask. Like, they only are seen through their mask. It is considered, it is considered sacrilegious to remove the mask. In fact, one of the more famous matches in Lucha Libre history is a mask versus mask match where the loser has to discard their mask, and basically they're shamed for it. So I mean, I'm not really too familiar with that sort of stuff like that. Also, but there's something special about the sort of mask. Also, here's our first enemy. You press Y 3 times, you do a little combo. Press X, you grab him and you can kick him. You can also do other things, and I'll try to show that off right now. If you hold down and like, when you hit the X button, if you grab him with the X button right after the comment when that shows up, and you press A, either up, down, left, or right, you can do like sort of little wrestling move. So here, well, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes we'll kick him. Go back to your. Get back your fiend. Help! Help! You that luchador, save me from Esqueleto. Left hook, show who's boss. Pile driver. Thank you, son. We haven't saved yet. They've locked all the townsfolk in the water closet. Help us, we're scared, and it smells gross in here. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 here they come. And you can continue the combo even after. So if you're really good at this, you can chain combos out the wazoo, especially when you can get like future abilities. There's upgrades in this game. Ow. Basically teaching you if you use the right trigger, I think you can hear that right now. You can dodge attacks. You got to time it just right. Power driver, and then see you can easily pick up the combo again. So this is a game very much focused on combos, sort of similar to Bayonetta or Devil May Cry. And you let the people out. I can't thank you enough for what you've done here today, Luchador. Still, I worry for the safety of El Presidente and his family. Look for clues in Santa Luchicha. I think some evil escuetos were headed that way. Godspeed, Luchador. What is the need of your help? So yeah, here we go. We're already embedded into a world of chaos as El Gran Caca throws everything out of whack. And here's one of the things I really love. Okay, here's the thing that Guacamelee has. It actually has side missions. The way you dealt with those skeletons was magnifico. Perhaps you could help me with a small problem of mine. My home was overrun with chickens. I don't know how, but they escaped from their pen. Do whatever it takes, just get them back into their pen. Punch them, throw them, it's okay, my chickens are toughest around. So, unlike Zelda, these chickens will not fuck you up when you hit them. So, here's basically this game sort of has side quests you can do, and they basically get you, I don't remember what they get you, I think they get you more money, and I'll show off what money does and some of the extra stuff you can buy for this game. There's actually a lot of content for a game like this in terms of like extras and costumes and things you can buy, not with real, I don't know if you can buy them with real life money, I don't think you can. There you go. Yep, go in there. Okay, so there's a lot of content for this and replayability. It's a very short game. It's not very long, especially like if you know what you're doing. It gets you a little bit challenging at points. And look at that. So you come out here, talk to him again. Gracias, señor. Finally, order is reserved in mi casa. Here, I noticed that one of the skeletons that came to town dropped this. Hopefully, it's of use to you. And with that, this You acquire 3 of these, and your health meter increases. There are 2 different types of upgrades. You can increase your health, and then your stamina button. We don't have a stamina button yet because we don't have the equivalent skill just yet. So, from now on, let's just continue onward. Get stuff. But one of the things I was saying a bit earlier is that what I really love about indie games, and specifically this is one of my favorite indie games of all time. It's one of my favorite games of all time now. Is its ability to, while they obviously don't have the manpower, resources, or horsepower to make a game, say like a Call of Duty, look that realistic, you know. I'm trying to think of like another realistic game, or Uncharted 4, like even Naughty Dog, like they had the funding of Sony, they had that Sony money to make Uncharted look absolutely gorgeous, and Uncharted looks gorgeous. Also, Suplex City, bitch. Also, the red guys, these are going to be the enemies who throw shit at you. Your green enemies are your standard Goombas. They are going to be just coming up to you. They have your standard attacks. Nothing much. So there we go. There we go. Their projectiles are pretty easy to see. You're pretty weak right now. You're not going to die. This game is pretty light early on. It's not that difficult. It really eases you into the process of everything. So it's very linear. So if you're kind of intimidated by, like, when you hear the word Metroid-like and you maybe have bad memories of a Metroid game, well, I could say that this does a pretty good job of holding your hand enough times before basically letting you go nuts and letting you explore to your heart's content. That's really where this game flourishes, is when you get all the powers and you can basically. Also, this is Jaguar Javier, because I'm not going to try to pronounce it in that freaking dialect that I was doing. Jesus Christ. Stop right there, luchador. Orders of Carlos Calca. I warn you, take one more step and it will be your demise. We'll be fine. What's that? You want to know who I am? Yes, please, just for the audience at home. You seem like an honorable luchador, so I will answer your question. My name is Jaguar Javier. I was once human like you. Now I'm a furry. In my youth, I lived and trained in these very woods. I became a mythical warrior, serving noble kings and leading great armies to victory. He's kind of like the Scorpion King in a way when you think about it. But that was a long time ago. Now I serve Calca. The final days of Earth are upon us. I suggest you return home and spend them with the ones you love. So stubborn this one. Luchador, you saved the church and admire your heroic feat, but your journey ends here. It pains me to until there's a dispatch of warriors such as yourself, but you can't say I didn't warn you. Oh shit! He's too powerful for us. And now we go, oh no, and we're down. But we're okay. Look at this. I love this pose, this idle pose he has. It's just like, I'm confident, I got this. But let's go to look. As always, when your destination points you one way, you go the other way to see what you can do. That's the whole beauty of this game. Explore. If there's one thing I can give a tip for this game, is basically look everywhere you can, revisit areas. Obviously, certain areas are going to be blocked off to you like this. We can't do anything with it. But look at that. We already have a second health container. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to call this episode. This episode is probably going to be a little bit of extended than normal episodes, because this isn't really a long game, so I feel like I could draw it out a little bit more. We'll see. But like I was saying before plot, look how vibrant the art direction is. What indie games lack for in detail and finesse and sheer manpower, they make up for in art style. And it makes, to me, arts, in my personal preference of video games, art style is much more memorable than graphics. Alright, so you get money in this game by you beating up enemies, bunching up barrels. So you can purchase abilities, sort of like these health free chunk. You can actually buy sort of health chunks, health regens. We can't buy anything now because we don't have enough money, boosting up to our damages. We can also buy with these special silver coins, costumes. I'll show off the costumes right now. We got one. This is already. You can already buy this right now. We got one luchador hero. You can actually take on the identity of Tostada. You have Pollo Luchador, which is chicken wrestler, and it tells you their stats. So this one health regenerates over time, but doesn't have enough stamina. We have the Piñata, arm running faster, and of course, like a Piñata, you're gonna get your ass whooped. We have El Potero, You know, still super powerful throw moves, weaker melee damage. Warrior's Might, you get an Intenso, we'll get more into that later. Skeleton, Alebrije, Diablo Suit, and of course you can actually play as Tostada herself. If you wanted to play as the girl, as basically the woman version, you can play that too right off the bat in case, and like that, just like that, we're playing as her. So, I don't believe the plot changes. I don't think so. I've never done a full playthrough as her. If there is, let me know. I've just never done it. But you automatically have that right off the go. And also you can have Tostada, or basically a female version of Juanita. And then you get her variations. So there's a ton of costumes you can buy. And they're all very looking. So if you're looking for replayability, like for challenges, challenge runs, this game is built for that stuff. But for now, we're just gonna, for this playthrough, we're just gonna play as base Juan because he's the hero of the game. Maybe I'll do a stream with some of these other ones. Actually, you know what? Just to liven things up a little bit, we're gonna go with the pink. We're gonna go with the Macho Man from 1987. Oh yeah. So very important question of the day. The first question of the day, and I will be consistent with these questions of the days. Who is your favorite wrestler of all time? Who is the wrestler who, whenever they appear on TV, no matter how old they are, you will watch them no matter what, and that you will flip out for? Me personally, that's very... Okay, so obviously hold B for a long jump. You tap B. Just tap B. Very simple. Talk to this giant fucking chicken that's here for no reason. Use ZL or right R to dodge. So I feel like it's easier to click the analog stick, the right analog stick, than to do the ZL button. That's just me. Whatever floats your boat. I'm glad they give you a preference though. They give you a choice to do that. So who's your favorite wrestler of all time? And that's a hard one for me, man. Like, there's so many great wrestlers. Of not just, like, I feel like everybody goes to the Attitude Era of WWE professional wrestling, or like, you know, WCW. But I gotta tell you, man, he can't wrestle anymore, but the man could put on an amazing match back in his day, and that is Bret the Hitman Hart. The excellent execution, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Like, I could rewatch his classic matches over and over again. His match, obviously his Iron Man match with Shawn Michaels, where unfortunately he lost the belt. His incredible match at Survivor Series 1997, no, 96, against Stone Cold Steve Austin, which basically put Stone Cold, Steve Austin, began to put Stone Cold Steve Austin on the map, and of course their eventual WrestleMania 13 submission match, in which is that famous iconic image of Stone Cold passing out to the sharpshooter wall full of blood. Also, at the end of every sort of, you're gonna get those arena rooms. At the end of it, you're gonna get this, and you'll get silver coins and some coins. You get silver coins as well as regular loot. So, you know, those are gonna happen. So yeah, Bret the Hitman Hart, the excellent execution, the pink and black attack. There was something so, because he wasn't like Hulk. Don't get me wrong, I love Hulk Hogan, I love Stone Cold Steve Austin, but Bret Hart's personality was the fact that he was the wrestler's wrestler. Also, look at these guys right here. They look very familiar, don't they? We're about to end this episode very, very soon. But I wanted to show off this one funny bit though. Obviously, all of a sudden we've come to this random house in the middle of nowhere. There's a goat. Oh! It's a fucking Chozo statue doing here. Let's break it. Get fucked. We have new power. What? You crazy luchador. Why you gotta go and break my Chozo statue? Ay caramba, man. I've got like 15 of those things left. Typical luchador. Punch first and ask questions never. Yeah, it's a goat man. Behold, I am the great Ua Chivo, Lord of all man-goats, warrior trainer extraordinaire, and king of awkward punishments. Now, before we begin, tell me, is your mother single? Does she have a type? Does she like bad boys? Yep, that's a goat pun. The writers of this game like their puns. Okay then, explain to me how you're here, and don't skip out on anything. Especially on how you got on that mask. And then fake black. Calica, the temple, and Presidente's daughter, and Javier Jaguar, my former student. I just have to ask your mother after we say the word. First, we must train you in the arts of a true luchador. The statue you just broke contains the magical powder, the roosted uppercut. Press L plus A, I don't know how I know this, to perform this powerful move. This move can break red blocks and can even be performed in the air. Be careful, If you use too much, you'll tie yourself up for a while. If you want to work on that move, kiddo, if it doesn't kill you, we'll continue your training next time we meet. And this is the Rooster Uppercut. Yes, that is that is the actual Chozo statue, and I love it. I love that about this game. That's it. And so here's how you use it. There you go. And you can also use it to combo. So you do. It's harder to do it like with just like nothing. You can't just like do a demonstration of it. And if you look up to the left-hand corner, you can see your stamina bar. That we can increase later on. Also, what it doesn't tell you is that this can extend your jump just a little bit, and that's going to come into play later on. So, with that being said, thank you for watching this first episode of Guacamelee. Remember, question of the day, tell me, who is your favorite wrestler of all time? I hope you enjoy the series. In the comments below, share me your love with wrestling. Show me your love with Metroid. Trust me, I will talk about Metroid more as the series goes on. Tell me your love of anything. What have you been playing recently? Anyways, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you all for the next episode of Marvelous Iggy Plays Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition. Until then, remember everybody, stay marvelous. Have a good time.